And Ed Podolak was having a big night in the first half for the Kansas City Chiefs. Here he is. This tied it up. Or rather, this sent Kansas City out in front, 24-17. Beautiful cut black, avoiding free safety, Cliff Harris. And the Chiefs, who have played this way all year long, they have come from just about every team in the National Football League. 15 trades they made during the offseason. And under Paul Wiggin, they have become a very pulled-together football team. Ready now for the second half. This is Toni Fritsch. He'll kick off to number 49, Charles Thomas, and number 31, Jeff Kinney, the former Nebraska All-American. There he is, number 31 on your left, Thomas on your right, number 49. Frank Gifford along with Howard Cosell and Alex Karras. The second half is underway. Charles Thomas. And the little speedster finds a hole, and he gets out to the 35, out to the 37-yard line. A return of 32, and Kansas City will have their first possession. Mike Livingston will be at quarterback. And Charles Thomas shaken up a little bit. Oil just ran out of his shoe. And Livingston will be in there with Ed Podolak, as we said, having a fine night. MacArthur Lane will be at fullback, number 42. The wide receivers, 83, Brunson, 85, Barry Pearson. And the tight end, they'll alternate, number 84, Billy Masters. He'll be checking in and out with Walter White. First and 10 for Kansas City, 37-yard line. And center Jack Rudney was not satisfied with the football. And we'll take a quick look at that offensive line. Rudney at center, Raisley, Condon are the guards, Nicholson and Getty are the tackles. And they've been doing a fine job, Kansas City, moving well on the ground tonight. 377. Podolak with another big hole, and he's been doing this all night. Very close to a first down, out over the 45 to the 46. It will be short. It'll be 2nd and 1.
They've been taking care of that front four right now. They're really running on them. Ed Jones and Jethro Pugh, Larry Cole, Randy White. As I said, they've been together for a little while now, and they're getting pushed right now.
Edwards, Jordan, D.D. Lewis, the veteran linebacking crew of the Cowboys.
Podolak now with 84 yards and 11 carries. MacArthur Lane this time, and Charlie Waters comes up there and nails MacArthur Lane. And Randy White also there in pursuit.
Characterizing the Kansas City play. All right, let's look quickly at the Dallas defensive backfield. Washington, Bonds, Harris, Waters, as Frank mentioned in the first half, Renfro out. Kansas City has moved against the Dallas defensive line as well or better than any other opponent this year. Livingston had a poor first quarter, hit 1 for 5 for 5 yards, but in the second quarter came alive, 6 for 7 for 66 yards. Thus, mixing the pass and the rush and capitalizing on Dallas fumbles, they lead.
On 3rd down and 2, Podolak cutting back, driving for the first down. He does not get it. Dave Edwards, number 52, a veteran 13-year man out of Auburn for Dallas, made the stop. And Kansas City will bring on their punter, Gerald Wilson.
A big stop it was, Frank. Obviously, what Kansas City wanted to do was exercise ball control.
Oh, yeah, and of course, they jammed up in the middle, and they challenged them to go to the outside, and that's what they had to do. They took it to the outside. They didn't come up with that first down.
Golden Richards, who made a dazzling one-handed catch for a Dallas touchdown earlier. Gerald Wilson, second only in the AFC to Oakland's Ray Guy. High, booming kick. Richards looks at it, looks upfield, has time, gets back out close to the 25-yard line. Offensively now, Roger Staubach again at quarterback. He was not seriously shaken up in that touchdown run. He's in there with alternating backs. They'll open with 26, Preston Pearson, and number 44, Robert Newhouse. The wide receivers, 88, Drew Pearson, Golden Richards, 83. The tight end, Gene Fugate, number 84. A veteran offensive line with the exception of rookie Herbert Scott, number 68, at left guard. He's a rookie from Virginia Union. First and 10 for Dallas. From their own 24-yard line. They trail 24-17. This is Newhouse. And Matuszak moves over to stop Newhouse.
Well, of course, Matuszak's been kind of controversial in his career. It's only been a short career, but right now he's showing a little agility right now. He's going right out to there, and he's got some speed. He knocks down Newhouse. Good play. And along with Matuszak, they got a pretty good front four. As I said, it's a makeshift, but they're all veterans. Buck Buchanan, Tommy Keating, who is a good friend of mine, and Bob Maddox playing the right end.
Missing, of course, Wilbur Young and John Lohmeyer. They would be starters. They're injured. They're not in there tonight. On 2nd down and 8. Staubach with good protection but no open receivers. Keating misses and Staubach has the first down. Scampering out over the 35 to the 37. Pursued there by Bob Maddox and Tom Keating.
Staubach's getting a deserved hand. He is the scrambler we've talked about when he has to be. As for the linebackers on Kansas City, another veteran crew, Ken Avery. He's smallish but strong and tough. Willie Lanier, who was going to retire but didn't, remains great. Jim Lynch, and the secondary, Reardon, Thomas, Kearney, and Sensabaugh. Lenny Dawson, either 40 or 41, still handsome. Marvelous profile, Alex.
In his 19th year. Dallas from their own 36. Preston Pearson looking for running room and finding very little. Gain of 3. It'll be 2nd down and 7. Preston Pearson, of course, began his career, as we all remember, back in Baltimore when he broke in as a rookie out of Illinois and led the National Football League in kickoff returns. 3 years later, he went to Pittsburgh and was there until this year, and as Howard mentioned earlier, is the only Dallas Cowboy on this 43-man roster to ever play with another NFL team. That's the kind of organization they are. Pearson with the call again, and Pearson close to the 45. It'll be 3rd down and 2.
He squirmed. Frank has not yet used the verb squirted tonight, but that will come. Pearson, of course, was traded from Baltimore, as Frank mentioned, to Pittsburgh, in a trade that turned out to be a honey for the Baltimore Colts. In a series of trades with Pittsburgh, Baltimore acquired Roy Jefferson, now with Washington, and Ray May, now with Denver. But those two together brought Baltimore the Super Bowl in '71, or helped to.
3rd down, a long 2. Ball just short of the 45. Pearson gets the call, gets a tremendous block from Rayfield Wright, and I believe he has the first down. But you saw that big number 70, a former tight end for the Cowboys, been playing at tackle now for several years. Got a good block, and Pearson got the first.
Putting this game in perspective, a reminder, Dallas must win the tie with Washington and St. Louis, each of them already at 6-2. Dallas presently at 5-2. Kansas City with only an outside hope in the Western Division of the AFC, but a team good enough to have exploded 42-10 victory over Oakland.
At the 47-yard line, Dallas moving. Pearson again. Pearson inside Kansas City territory. Gets 6, and the boos are starting to roll out of the 65,000.
Oh, they thought it was a late hit, Frank, but I don't think so. I don't question that. He was going after him. I don't think he had intentions to hit him late. He just went over and hit him. And I think
they really react here.
Yeah, they sure do.
I can attest to that.
And Howard, I think Dallas is doing a smart thing right now. They're trying to establish a running game, and that's what they need to do now. They're starting to go down the field, and they're working on that front four. And as we've talked about, it's a makeshift front four.
Bulldogging tackle by Willie Lanier. 2nd down and 4. The ball at the 47 of Kansas City. Play action fake. Staubach wants Golden Richards. He's wide open. Beautiful throw. Golden Richards with his 2nd touchdown of the night. A 47-yard strike from Roger Staubach. Golden Richards, who earlier stunned the stadium with a one-handed touchdown catch.
Kerry Reardon was supposed to be covering him, Frank. Kerry is down and holding on to his right knee on the sidelines now as the jubilant Golden Richards goes off.
Howard, we talked about they're trying to establish that running game, which they started to do. And, of course, when that happens, you tighten up that secondary enough, and you're going to get free once in a while out there, and that's exactly what happened.
Golden Richards almost had another touchdown, if you're with us, right before the first half, when Roger Staubach, running out of time, just threw it as far as he could and was right in the hands of Richards. He did not hold on. This one he did, however, and we are close to another tie ball game, and that's how it's been all night. Kerry Reardon now being helped off.
Looks like the right knee, Frank.
He's holding his right leg as Toni Fritsch ties it up at 24. A wild, zany football game from Dallas, Texas, where we'll return in just a moment.
When you see this emblem at a savings and loan association, what does it mean? It means no one has ever lost a penny in a savings account insured by this U.S. government agency, established by an act of Congress in 1934. FSLIC, Federal Savings and Loan Insurance Corporation. Look for this emblem of safety at your savings and loan association.
Every winter, it's a battle. You need the Sears steel-belted radial snow tire, so when your neighborhood streets turn against you, you'll have a tire that can help stop you and get you started again. Thanks to a radial design, 2 steel belts, and a snow-biting tread. Because in the battle against winter, you need all the help you can get. The Sears steel-belted radial snow tire, only at Sears.
Another new football game with 8:31 remaining in the third quarter. Dallas coming back to tie it up 24-24. Toni Fritsch set to kick off. Deep, Charles Thomas, number 49. Jeff Kinney, number 31. Roger Staubach having a super night. 11 of 19, 155 yards, 2 touchdowns. Thomas, that is 11. And Thomas roars out to the 38-yard line. A 26-yard return. Let's look at the touchdown a moment ago. They had been running Preston Pearson. This time the play action fake. You'll see the completion. You'll see Kerry Reardon pull up. He appeared to have damaged his knee. Let's look at it again. Golden Richards coming all the way across the field. A great way to beat his own defense. Now you'll see Reardon pull up. And he was assisted from the field. 47-yard touchdown. Staubach to Richards. 1st and 10 for Kansas City. Podolak, and he'll be smothered at the 35. Leroy Jordan was there. Ed Jones. Charlie Waters. There's Reardon on the sidelines. He'll be replaced by Jimmy Marsalis. Clock ticking away inside 8 minutes of the third quarter. Dallas fighting to get a piece of first place in the Eastern Division of the NFC. And in their 6 remaining games, they only play 2 teams that are over 500. Going out to MacArthur Lane. He holds on for a gain of about 2 yards. Up to the 39. 3rd down and 9.
Frank, you can tell when a quarterback gains some experience, and that's that idea of being able to dump it out to that halfback. Most rookies and 2- or 3-year men, if they really don't know what they're doing, they look for the prime receiver and never get the ball out to a back, and that's a sign of an experienced quarterback. I think Livingston's doing a job right now.
Pressure on the offensive line for Kansas City. Dallas knows he has to pass. But here they come. And Livingston picked a place where he could put the ball without having it picked off. And the entire front 4 was in there on him, along with linebacker D.D. Lewis.
And the Dallas crowd wants a call for intentional grounding, which they will not get. For the 2nd straight time in this quarter, Kansas City has not been able to control the ball. A marked departure from their play in the 2nd quarter, and even limitedly in the 1st quarter.
Gerald Wilson, number 44, veteran punter for Kansas City. There's Golden Richards having a spectacular night. Beautiful, booming punt by Wilson, driving Richards all the way back, bounding into the end zone, touchback, and Wilson really got into that, a 60-yarder. It's tied at 24 here in Texas. We'll be back in just a moment.
How does it feel like a Mustang too? How does Mustang too. How does it feel like you're some kind of hero? Score Mustang too, born on zero.
MPG, Kia, Hardtop, 2+2, Stallion, and Cobra 2. The exciting Mustang 2s for $76 at your Ford dealer.
Score Mustang too, born on zero.
I'm Walt Garrison, and I don't smoke, but I still enjoy tobacco. Smokeless tobacco, like Skoal here. Just a pinch between my cheek and gum, and I get full tobacco pleasure. And since I don't light up, I can use it doing almost anything. So go smokeless with Skoal, Copenhagen, and Happy Days Men. The tobaccos you don't have to smoke to enjoy.
Next Monday night, we'll be in Cincinnati. The Cincinnati Bengals tied for first with Pittsburgh in the third division of the AFC. The Buffalo Bills with O.J. Simpson fighting for their lives in the AFC's Eastern Division. Right now, the Dallas Cowboys have tied it up at 24. They have a 1st and 10 from their own 20. This is Staubach going with the big one. Fugit is down there.
What on earth?
Just could not get to it.
I'll tell you, Staubach has decided he can beat that secondary. He's going right to work, just as he did on the last sequence of downs, leading to the Golden Richards touchdown.
I think he's a little teed off right now. I think Fugit could have had that ball. He kind of let up on that last second.
He did. Or so it appeared.
That was Gene Fugit at the flanker spot. Had that been Pearson, it might have been a different story. Pearson with a little more speed. And of course, Staubach immediately went over to the area where Kerry Reardon had vacated because of the injury. Jimmy Marsalis is now in there, number 40, a veteran defender, but not the defender that Reardon is. 2nd down and 10. Staubach gets the screen off in the general direction of Newhouse, but he had to hurry. He was being pressured by big John Matuszak. Matuszak showing well tonight. Let's look at him again. There he is, working against Rayfield Wright, and you don't run over Rayfield Wright that often. Rayfield, an all-pro offensive tackle.
Well, Roger had a taste of that.
Give him a little thump, and down he goes.
You made a point. I think it was you just made a point by about number 40, Jimmy Marsalis. And Alex made an excellent point earlier in the game. When he came up, he was big on the bump and run. Smothered the Gene Washington, then starring with Minnesota in the Super Bowl game. But the bump and run became a washed-up commodity after a time.
Also illegal. On 3rd and 10. Staubach going again, looking for Pearson, and Staubach really got riffled again. Under a lot of pressure, Kansas City coming to life with a makeshift defensive front four. The number 1 quarterback rusher, Wilbur Young, out of the game, sitting on the sidelines with street clothes.
Well, now we'll see if Kansas City, having contained Dallas, can reassert its own strength, develop some momentum. Twice they've had the ball in the 3rd quarter. Twice they've not been able to move.
Mitch Hoops will punt, 3 men deep for the Chiefs. There they are. Podolak, 14. Thomas, 49. Reardon, 15. Rather, Reardon is out. Beautiful punt by Hoops. Charlie Thomas at his own 32. Thomas got the picket line.
That little fella is a good kick runner. He's been giving them fits all night, except for that one fumble which set up Staubach's dash for the first Dallas touchdown. He's had a big night.
48-yard punt, 21-yard return by Thomas. Kansas City. Good field position again. And down on the field, another Kansas City Chief. Back at the 35-yard line, being attended to there by the trainers for the Chiefs and their physician. 6:48 remaining in the 3rd quarter. It's tied at 24. It will return.
Someday, about 2,200 pounds from now and half a dozen feet taller, this little fella might follow the footsteps of his father, a member of the Big Hitch, the team of champion Clydesdales that symbolize the King of Beers, symbolize a tradition, a promise, a dedication that can be summed up in one word: pride. Maybe that's why, when you say Budweiser,
Budweiser, you've said it all.
This was a pretty good year for me. Won a couple of major tournaments, and this has something to do with it. The Head Arthur Ashe Competition 2. I use it, and you can buy this very same racket at fine shops everywhere. It wouldn't have my name on it if I didn't think it could help your game. And one more important thing. AMF puts its name on the line, too, and that name adds even more value to the Head Comp 2. AMF brings out the best in use.
Kansas City with good field position. They have a 1st and 10 at Dallas's 47-yard line. Jeff Kinney, number 31, is in at fullback. He's in there with Ed Podolak, number 14. This is Podolak. And Podolak hangs on, keeps his feet inside the 30, down to the 34, 36-yard line.
You talk about determination and balance. That kid has it.
Well, oddly enough, that time he looked like he had some great speed. He exploded through there. Watch him on. He really accelerates on this. I don't think he's that quick. Oh, no, you know why?
That's Jeff Kinney.
That's Jeff Kinney is right. I was going to say he looks a little faster than Podolak. Good run.
Jeff Kinney seeing his first offensive action tonight. Former All-American out of Nebraska. Kansas City with another 1st down at the 26-yard line. Kinney again. Over the right side, and Dave Edwards, number 52, the linebacker on the strong side, made the stop.
He made the stop. Jordan tumbled the interference. It was a good play by the linebacking corps. There's little Thomas. The fella's played. He's got a cramp in his leg, apparently, but as we noted, he's plagued the Cowboys all night with his kick running.
Like Ed Jones out of Tennessee State. 2nd down and 10. Livingston. Pass intended for Brunson. It'll be 3rd down.
Larry Brunson failed in 2 previous trials with other National Football League teams. Was back managing a clothing store in Colorado. Saw a highlight film of the Chiefs. Decided he could make the team. Wrote Hank Stram, who was coaching the Chiefs at the time. Reported in. Made the club a pleasant surprise. Missing from the Chiefs all night, the most familiar name and number of all. 89, Otis Taylor. Superb wide receiver when in his prime. On the injured list, out this year.
Large crowd tonight, close to capacity, 65,000. 3rd down and 10. Livingston will get the pressure. And the pass intended for Brunson, and Charlie Waters with a leaping defensive save for Dallas. And out onto the field comes Darrell Wilson. He's already kicked one tonight from 51 yards. Interesting game. We've had 6 turnovers, no interceptions. They have all been fumbles, 3 by each team. This will be a field goal somewhere around 43 yards. Stenerud having a great year, 8 for 8. And included in those 8 consecutive kicks have been 5 field goals of over 45 yards. A 44-yard attempt. It's good. Jan Stenerud hits again from 44 yards. Award-winning Wide World of Sports coming up Saturday. Let's look and listen.
Next Saturday on ABC's Wide World of Sports from Louisville, Kentucky, you'll see the Motorcycle Race of Champions, a special invitational event. Then from London, Olga Korbut and her Soviet teammate Ludmila Tudasheva compete against a top international field in the World Cup of Gymnastics. And from Jackson, New Jersey, the World Target Diving Championship, where an 80-foot platform demands courage and accuracy in equal parts. That's next Saturday on ABC's Wide World of Sports.
I got beauty at Texas Stadium. And the Dallas Cowboys having a tough time with the fired-up Kansas City Chiefs. They now trail 27-24. Jan Stenerud has just hit from 44 yards out. He opened the scoring a long time ago tonight with a 51-yarder. Deep, Preston Pearson, number 26, and Doug Dennison, number 21. Dennison. And Dennison out over the 25 to the 27. And we'll see what happens next.
5:03 left in the third quarter. A seesaw game. Lots of mistakes. I think she was doing that for you, Frank.
I don't know. She was very effective.
Did you like that, Frank?
I did like that. Little weak. Dallas from their own 27-yard line. Pearson, 26. Newhouse, 44 of the setbacks. The old option play, and obviously Staubach not too familiar with it. A flag goes down.
That's something, Frank, I don't understand. I don't know why they try to run option plays. They don't do that much in practice, and they come out here in the game and try to do it. As you can see, it looked very clumsy.
Newhouse shaken up. Robert Newhouse, number 44. A flag is down. And penalty being assessed against Kansas City. And Robert Newhouse got up and went back to the turf. He appears to be injured. He's holding his left knee. Let's look again. The old option play, and Staubach not quite sure what to do with it. Here's Newhouse. Emmett Thomas comes up. It's Newhouse.
Did you see the infraction there?
Yeah,
in the corner of your picture, Alex?
A little pushing off of there.
Yes, indeed.
And now Newhouse being attended to. Cowboys leading rusher coming into tonight. He had 436 yards, and he goes out with 56 yards.
Well, he's not out yet. Yes, he's out.
I don't know. Yesterday, watching the games, I saw an awful lot of injuries happening. I don't know what the problem is. Maybe it's the mid-season. Guys are a little more tired than they usually are. Muscles start to snap. I don't know what it is, but it always seems like in the middle of the season, we get a lot of people injured.
Newhouse gets large ovation for the crowd here. 4:57 remaining in the third quarter. The Chiefs over the Cowboys, 27-24. First and 10, Dallas from their own 42. Charles Young out to the 45-yard line, hit there by Jim Lynch.
It was interesting on that play, Giffer, watching Jimmy Marcel, his 40, playing head-to-head on the line against 88 Drew Pearson. It was as if it was back in 1970, and he bumped him immediately at the line. Pearson broke past him. If he keeps that tactic against Pearson, he's going to pay the piper.
Second down and 7. Marcellus, of course, at the left corner for Kansas City, replacing the injured Kerry Reardon. Pearson looking for the cutback and finding it and moving into Kansas City territory, close to a first down.
I'm advised that Newhouse has a bruised nerve, which they are treating right now. Hopefully he'll be back. He executed 2 excellent runs in the first half.
Yard markers being brought in for the measurement. And Pearson, with a little second effort, gets the Dallas Cowboy first down. What a seesaw game we've had.
Well, and both offensive ball clubs are looking terrific tonight. They're running the ball well, and they're executing well, and they're throwing a pass when they have to, so they're mixing it up pretty good. That's the reason you have a big score tonight, 27-24.
That's true, but I suspect that Dallas is now wearing down that Kansas City defense.
15 first downs for each team. Dallas at the 48-yard line of Kansas City. Pearson again. Bounces off the tackle of Willie Lanier. Hits a couple of yards. It'll be second down and 8. 3:30 and moving, remaining in the third quarter. Game has been tied on 3 different occasions. Kansas City opened the scoring with a Stenerud field goal from 51 yards out. Stenerud put them ahead again here in the third quarter with a 44-yarder. 1 second down and 8. Charles Young gets away from Willie Lanier, but is dropped immediately, short of the first down at the 42-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and 4. And Charles Young now looking off to the sidelines. Scott Laidlaw, the rookie from Stanford, comes in now. Third down and 4, the ball at the 42. Clock ticking away here in the third quarter. Seesaw game. Staubach looking over the middle, and Gene Fugett holds on. Cowboy first down at the 26-yard line of Kansas City. Staubach having another big night.
You get wide open on that play, Alex.
Well, and of course, it takes an awful lot of time for that pass to develop, and they're not getting that great pass rush right now. So if I was Wigan, what I'd do right now is I'd start to blitz my linebackers. I'd put 2 or 3 linebackers in on that quarterback. They're certainly not getting that big of a rush in that front 4, so I'd have to mix it up. I think Dallas is doing it. Why can't Kansas City do it? I'd do it.
That play has been open all night for Dallas.
And it's a very long, tough, developing, slow play to develop.
Kansas City in their zone defense trying to cover with linebackers underneath. Defensive backs deep. Staubach.
Here comes the linebacker.
And there's the blitz. And look at the screen all the way across the field. A flag is down. Flag is down as Laidlaw gets down to the 1-yard line. But a flag is down. And Roger Staubach was down.
Racked.
He threw the ball all the way across the field. Laidlaw, the rookie from Stanford, went down to the 1. Let's look at it again. He jumps up in the air, and he is buried by John Matuszak.
Jimmy Lynch was the red dogger on the right side that time that came in from the linebacker spot and almost knocked him down. Watch Lynch. Now, this is what we're talking about. When you don't have that front 4 really rushing, you got to send linebackers in. Right now, unfortunately, they threw back to his side, but another second he'd have been there, and look what they did to him.
Matuszak, number 79, knocked him down. Staubach again, however, is all right. He's back onto the field.
He is some gutsy quarterback, and you call that one beautifully, Alex.
I can still coach in the National Football League, Howard. If you'd be the general manager, you'd pay the guys enough money, I wouldn't have any problems.
Staubach now 14 of 29, 203 yards, 2 touchdowns. First and goal, the Cowboys inside the 1. Staubach does it himself.
He really did.
Touchdown.
He made that whole drive work. Beautiful piece of quarterbacking by Roger Staubach on the entire drive.
And again, the lead has changed hands. We have had 57 points scored in this game. 1:29 remaining in the third quarter. Staubach shaken up, came right back, came with the quarterback sneak. What a resilient ball player. Toni Fritsch. Cowboys out in front, 31-27.
Hiya, big boy. My name is not Mae West. My name is Marilyn Michaels, but I'll be appearing this week with Howard Cosell on Saturday Night Live. And I'll also be Dinah Shore, Barbara Streisand, and a lot of other people that Howard couldn't afford. Hello, you sexy man. That's this Saturday night, live at 8, 7 Central on ABC. Why don't you come up and see us sometime?
They love me in Dallas. And I think they probably do. They've had a lot of fun with Howard. Howard's had a lot of fun with them. What a football game. 58 points scored in this game. The Cowboys out in front of the Chiefs now 31-27. Fritsch to kick off, deep. Thomas and Kinney. Thomas. And this time Thomas is brought down by Scott Laidlaw, who took the Cowboys on that long screen pass down to the 1, the rookie from Stanford. So Kansas City will begin operation from their own 26-yard line. Staubach having a tremendous night. He's 14 of 25, 203 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 2 touchdowns rushing. One from 9 yards out, the other on a quarterback sneak. You just saw it.
And that defensive front four really has to tighten up now. They can't allow them to run against them like they have been.
31 is Kinney, 14 is Podolak. Going for Podolak, and Livingston rushed by D.D. Lewis, blitzing for the Cowboys. Overthrows.
I suggested earlier that Kansas City seemed to be wearing down. Dallas, with 1:16 left to go in the third quarter, has gotten 14 points in this quarter to 3 for Kansas City. They've taken the lead in the ball game, and they seem to be assuming control of the game. It is a stronger squad without question.
Second down. Ball at the 26-yard line. Mike Livingston playing in front of his hometown crowd. He went to high school here. He went to SMU. And unleashing a bomb that's just off the fingertips of number 88, Walter White, the rookie from Maryland. Back there covering number 31, Benny Barnes. It'll be 3rd and 10.
Well, Livingston isn't doing what he was doing earlier. Naturally, he was running the ball with authority, and now he's giving it up. He started to throw 2 passes in a row, and I don't know, maybe they are tiring. Maybe they can't.
Well, there's certainly no
game.
need to panic, Alex. You're in the third quarter. You trail by 4, and the suggestion that Dallas is the strongest squad doesn't mean Kansas City still can't pull off an upset, but they're not going to do it with that kind of play.
That's
Tommy Henderson.
Tommy Henderson out of Langston being attended to on the sidelines.
He is some prospect, that Henderson. He took a handoff from a teammate on a kick run and went for a touchdown earlier this year.
On 3rd down and 10. Good protection, and it goes to Billy Masters, and Billy Masters, depending upon where they mark it, I believe has the first down. Randy Hughes defending for Dallas. First down, Kansas City, and the remarkable part of that play, it looked quite simple, but you knew that Dallas was anticipating pass. You knew they were going to come with that burly front four or linebackers, and yet Livingston had all the time in the world.
Your point's the essential one, Alex. They've got to keep that ground game working.
Oh, yeah.
Ball at the 37-yard line, 1st and 10 for Kansas City. Again, a lot of time. Barry Pearson. And Pearson is down to the 36-yard line. Kansas City rolling along with good protection again for Livingston.
He won't listen to us. Alex is disgusted. He didn't want the long game with the pass.
Let's look at Pearson again. Coming across in a similar fashion. And Golden Richards caught a touchdown pass a few moments ago. He was wide open, splitting the zone behind the linebackers in front of the deep men. Seconds ticking off the third quarter. Cowboys out in front of the Chiefs, 31-27. This will be the last play of the third quarter. Livingston over the middle, and again, this time it's Brunson. And no, they are ruling it incomplete. Cliff Harris was defending. Time has ticked off in the third quarter. Pass ruled incomplete, and there is the gun. Paul Wigan wants to know why.
I don't blame him.
We'll return to Texas Stadium and the bedlam of tonight's game between Dallas and Kansas City after this.
See the ABC News with Harry Reasoner weeknights on ABC.
mention. Oh, this is the kid we signed for.
These are the 6 Dallas area champions of the Ford Dealers of America NFL Punt, Pass, and Kick competition. They've just presented their trophies by Mr. Lee Jarman, the Ford Dealer Council, and Mr. Sam Jones, the Dallas District Manager. The 8-year-old winner, we signed an autograph for him, Howard, earlier this evening, number 65, Norman Shaver. Now the 9-year-old winner, he's number 51, that's Randall Postoke. The 10-year-old winner is number 32, Scott David Church. The 11-year-old champion, Dwayne Friesen. There he is, wearing the number made famous by Bob Lilly. Our 12-year-old winner, Jeff Sider. He's number 12. And our 13-year-old champion, Gary Shornick from Duncan, Oklahoma.
See, you can play football
We
wearing
brought
glasses,
him luck,
Frank.
Alex. Frank and I signed for 2 of those kids, Dwayne Friesen and Norman Shaver.
They're cute little guys. 2nd down and 10. Kansas City. Trailing but moving. Livingston. Pass intended for Pearson. Overthrown. Good protection. D.D. Lewis was back there. And Benny Barnes.
I'd like to see that last call before the end of the quarter. I still think that was a completed pass. Alex, let's look at it.
Of course, it's a discretion call by the referee, as we all know. But
First, this Larry Brunson, this was the last play.
I think without a
ended.
doubt, that's a completion. He doesn't even get rid of the ball until he gets down to the bottom, and that's over 3 seconds.
I agree with you.
Maybe they didn't complain too much because it would have been a Dallas possession. Newhouse getting treatment on his left knee on the sidelines. When he enters the 3rd quarter, it's 3rd down and 10. Livingston, a lot of pressure. A flag goes down. Pass intended for Kenny. But Alex was calling for the blitz on the part of Kansas City, and Dallas is giving it to them. D.D. Lewis came again that time. Penalty will go against Kansas City.
Sure. They're out of field goal range now.
Incredible amount of scoring this evening. The game has been tied up once, twice, 3 times.
Well, they're both throwing a little longer patterns, Frank and Howard, than they were earlier, and so consequently, when you know that, you can throw your linebackers in there because they don't have to do too much.
Well, they declined the penalty, Alex, and so Wiggins sent Stenerud in because while it'll be a terrific kick,
it'll never happen, Howard.
Jan can do it.
What is he, 9 for 9, Frank? He'll be 9 for 10.
They have a lot of faith in him because they have let him try from 67 yards this year, 55 yards. And
those are the different shoes they wear on this turf, Gip.
This will be a 53-yard attempt. Lenny Dawson is holding, and what you really worry on these long attempts is that it will be blocked because the trajectory has to be flat. And Cliff Harris got in there. I don't know whether they got a finger on it or not. I don't believe so. But Stenerud, with that peripheral vision, hurried the kick far short and off. We'll be back in Dallas right after this.
Can a 1976 Ford Granada match the smoothness and quiet of a $12,000 car? You're about to see 2 of a series of test track comparisons between a new Cadillac Seville, a new Mercedes-Benz 280, and a new Ford Granada at various speeds and surface conditions. Here, interior sound levels were recorded on the dBA scale at about 55 miles per hour. In all tests, the Granada actually rode a bit quieter than Mercedes. Seville was slightly quieter. In one of the tests for smoothness, each car was driven over irregularly spaced boards at speeds of 20, 30, and 40 miles per hour. Inside, a vibration recorder took extra sensitive readings. In all the tests, the Granada consistently ranked 1st or 2nd. Ford Granada's base sticker price? Under $4,000. Excluding taxes, title, and destination charges. The closer you look, the better we look. At your local Ford dealer.
Next Saturday on ABC's Wide World of Sports, you'll see the motorcycle race of champions, then Olga Corbett in the World Cup of Gymnastics, and the World Target Diving Championship here on ABC.
14:45 remaining in the 4th quarter. Texas Stadium in Irving, Texas.
He's hot,
just outside of Dallas.
Only's made 9 out of 10.
Looks like Cyrano de Broziac.
Hey, some kicker. I don't know the relevancy.
Dallas leading by 4. First and 10, their own 36. Charles Young. Young moves into Kansas territory. Taken out of bounds by Emmett Thomas. Charles Young, the first-round draft pick of the Cowboys last year out of North Carolina State.
He's a good-looking, tough runner.
Face mask against Kansas City. A little bit of everything on the football menu tonight.
Well, the squad power, as we look at the statistics, 177 to 172 rushing, the big differential, the superior passing of Staubach. And the superior squad power of Dallas now appears to be wearing down Kansas City, as we observed in the third quarter.
Dallas now first and 10. They're at Kansas City's 41-yard line. Roger Staubach having a tremendous night. 14 of 25. He's thrown for 2. He's run for 2. This is Preston Pearson. Pearson gets a couple. It'll be second down and 8. Another flag goes down.
I think Bobby Maddox going to get called for just punching somebody out there. He threw the last one. He got hit first. They always catch the last guy.
Unsportsmanlike
Oh,
conduct.
they called both of them, right?
Teams.
That's peripheral vision. You know that, don't you, Frank?
What kind of vision?
Peripheral.
Periphery.
Peripheral.
That's a new word.
There's Mike Livingston. He and Ed Podolak have a couple of really fine-looking beards.
I never could say that word.
Ski with Podolak is really interesting. He gets ice in it. It freezes up on him. He has a lot of fun skiing, but he's constantly chipping the ice off. Second down and 8. Ball at the 39. Staubach with a lot of time. Gets it off to Young. Young drops the football and picked up on the first hop by Sensabaugh. And then he loses it, and Lynch comes up with it. What a game.
I don't believe these Dallas fumbles tonight.
4 by Dallas, 3 by Kansas City. And still over 14 minutes remaining. Look at it again. Young had the first down, just forgot something, the football. Sensabaugh picked it up. He gets nailed by Nye. He drops it, and Lynch recovers. So Kansas City will move from their own 30.
Dallas has 4 fumbles, Kansas City 3. It's 4-3, folks.
Jeff Kinney, and Kinney nailed just over the line of scrimmage by Benny Barnes.
They couldn't move Gregory out either, number 77.
Give Kinney about a yard. It'll be second down and 9. There's Sensabaugh. He'd have to be careful skiing, too. Fine little football player. Came up and replaced the unreplaceable Kansas City a few years ago when he took over Johnny Robinson's spot at that free safety. On second down, Livingston. It's a free ball. No, it's being ruled incomplete.
His arm was going forward.
Arm was in motion.
If we look at it again, it'll prove it.
There was hesitation, and the official did not call an incompletion.
Well, Too Tall took an inside rush on that time, and of course, caught the tackle by surprise and is quick enough to come all the way around and get him.
No question. That arm was in motion. Jethro Pugh covered the fumble, but it's ruled incomplete. Third down and 9. And now Mike Livingston, you know what he's thinking. I'm going to have a lot of company back here with me. The big boys are in there. Livingston with good protection, but no receivers. And trying to go to Brunson, scrambling around. Livingston came up with the receiver, but it's incomplete, and Kansas City will have to punt.
Well, that was another of those cliche-ish big plays. We still have 14 minutes left in the game. But Kansas City could not move the football after the big break of the turnover.
Livingston has only completed 2 of his last 12, but the key thing is he has not hurt Kansas City, not thrown the interception. And Kansas City well within the game. There's Golden Richards awaiting the punt of Gerald Wilson. And Wilson gets off a beauty. Richards at his own 30. And Richards out of bounds at the 47. Dallas 31, Kansas City 27. We'll return in just a moment.
I could kick myself. I knew I needed a new battery.
Don't wait until it's too late. Right now, you can save $10 on a Sears 48.
I knew it. I knew that battery was ready to go.
Don't wait. Sears 48 is loaded with starting power, now on sale nationwide for $27.95.
Yep, Marge told me how to get a new battery.
Don't wait. Sears 48 sale ends Saturday. Save $10 at Sears.
Road Handler, the next step in steel-belted radials from Sears, with wider radial design than the tire that tamed the mountains of Morocco. Road Handler, with more steel under a deeper tread than our tire that ran the granite roads of Greece. Road Handler, with better wet cornering traction than the tire that ran East Africa. Wider radial design, more steel. Road Handler, only at Sears.
13:49 remaining in the 4th quarter from Dallas, Texas. The Cowboys over the Kansas City Chiefs, 31-27, a seesaw game if you've ever seen one. We've had 7 fumbles, 4 by Dallas, 3 by Kansas City. A spectacular night by Roger Staubach. The game has been tied up 4 times. And there is a man who puts on quite a show pursuing the quarterback, and we'll be looking at that in just a moment. But right now, Dallas with the 1st and 10. They're at their own 47-yard line. And Newhouse back in the game, and he fumbles the ball, the 5th Dallas fumble. Ralph Neely made the stop, but Kansas City has a 1st down on the 40-yard line. Emmett Thomas gets the fumble. Newhouse, coming off the bench, had hurt his knee. Ball knocked out of his hands by Bob Maddox. Picked up there by Emmett Thomas, and Kansas City is back in business.
Five Dallas fumbles tonight, Howard.
1st and 10 for Kansas City. Livingston, the ball's deflected. It's up for grabs. And a flag goes down as number 83, Larry Brunson, comes up with the football.
Yeah, that's a completed pass.
And once again, the fans aren't happy. Let's look at it again.
Flag is Gregory deflects it, I believe. No,
nope,
it's
72.
Tall Jones.
Tall Jones. Brunson takes it right out of the defender's zone.
Right out of Leroy Jordan's hands. Look at it again. Leroy comes down with the football, and Brunson just plucks it away. 1st and 10 for Kansas City. Inside Dallas's 25-yard line. Kansas City trailing by 4. Podolak. Dave Edwards in there for Dallas to drop Podolak for a loss.
I'll tell you, you see a lot of scrambling quarterbacks. How about when the poor lineman has to scramble, like Jethro Pugh on this play? He's doing the dance of the Sugar Plum Fairy, folks. Do 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 do. Do 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 dum dee da. Gets hit now. Wingo. I'm a little tired. That's the end of it, folks.
Second down and 12. The ball at the 27-yard line. Kansas City battling back. Podolak hits a big hole and gets inside the 20. Stopped there by Dave Edwards. It'll be third down and 4. Right now, let's pause 5 seconds and allow our local stations along the line to identify themselves. .12:30 and the clock is moving here at Texas Stadium in Dallas. Seesaw game. The Dallas Cowboys fighting to retain a share of the lead of the National Football Conference's Eastern Division. They have their hands full with the Kansas City Chiefs. It's been back and forth. It's been tied 4 times. Here comes a reverse to Kinney.
Good play. Beautiful.
And Kinney down to the 10-yard line. Gets another Kansas City first down. Leroy Jordan finally made the stop for Dallas.
Now that's a signal call, Alex.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I don't understand it. Now they're running the ball again, and they're doing it real well.
Yeah, but the Cowboys were stacked inside, and they moved outside with a double reverse. It was a beautiful call, and it was well executed. At one point, Kinney had to make the play on his own. His blocking had left him, and he got past that tackler. Now they're positioned, and then some.
Billy Masters, number 84, replaces number 88. Walter White also gives Livingston the play. His first down and goal. The ball just short of the 9-yard line of the Dallas Cowboys. Kinney pulling Cowboys with him down to the 7-yard line. Dave Edwards, Jethro Pugh, the defenders for Dallas.
Again, that instancy of decision that faces the runner. The quick reading of the defense. He could have gone slightly to his left then and might have gone further, Alex.
Right, Howard.
He's entitled.
He's entitled to make decisions once in a while on his own, guys.
You know,
Kinney?
We're all vulnerable.
You know, you really don't have a whole lot of time to think about it.
Got to do it by instinct, Giff.
Second down and goal. Ball at the 7. Draw call goes to Kinney. He's inside the 5.
They've been studying the Chicago Bears offense.
I hope not. I hope we don't see that.
Ball marked right on the 5-yard line. It'll be third and goal. Kinney now with 38 yards and 6 attempts. Billy Masters, number 84, brings the play in for Mike Livingston. Beautiful view of the Texas Stadium. Bill, I would say the capacity tonight, that would be 65,000.
I would throw that at tight end, big Billy Masters, 84. Just let him have it.
Podolak.
What a player that kid is. I love it. You talk about getting the most out of yourself, even more than you've got to give. Podolak exemplifies that. He's a player.
Kansas City has once again taken the lead. And they may be getting worn down, but they're fighting back.
Well, they sure are fighting back. And now the question is, if they score this extra point, it's going to be a 3-point situation. Fritsch missed one last week, you know, on a very short angle. Maybe they're going to be kind of worried about even getting into close position. They're going to have to go for a touchdown, they're thinking.
7 plays, 59 yards, climaxed with this play to Podolak, who's had a tremendous night, filling in, as you would believe, for Woody Green, who ordinarily would have been the regular starting back. Jan Stenerud. So Kansas City has battled back once more. They lead the Dallas Cowboys 34-31.
RCA introduces TV that thinks in color. The new RCA XL100 Color Track System. Here's what thinks in color means to you. It means an advanced new picture tube to sharpen contrast. It means automatically keeping out the colors that can spoil natural flesh tones. It means keeping the colors you like from scene to scene, from channel to channel to channel.